Hey guys, Scott, Fins and Feathers. Today we're going to do a super cool recipe. We're going to do Scotch eggs out of Wild Hog. The actual particular hog is this sow right here in the picture, about a 90-pound sow, really good eating pig. What we're going to do is we're going to take an egg, we're going to wrap it with sausage, and we're going to fry it. You can't really mess up with that, right? It sounds awesome. To do that, we've got our ingredients here. We're going to do breadcrumbs, some assorted spices, which I'll show you directly, flour, and egg wash. We're going to do our eggs. Whenever we boil our eggs, we're going to hard boil them. And then at about 6.5 or 7 minutes, we're going to pull them out, and we're actually going to put them in a dish of ice water. That's going to stop the cooking process and give us that good creamy, gooey center of the egg. And the star of the show is the hog, which was done at Dixie Deer Processing in Regalwood. Miles and those guys are my friends. They're awesome guys. If y'all are in the southeastern North Carolina area, definitely suggest them for your processing. All right, guys, let's get started on the eggs. So I'm going to get our water. We've got ice in it already, if you guys can see that. Just going to fill it up with water. Let that sit so the water gets super cold. You don't need a lot. Like that, we're going to set this beside our pot once we boil our eggs. Put our cooker on high and get our eggs ready to go. So we're at the oven now. We got the water boiling. The important note about the water boiling is you want a good hard boil. If you don't, then it's going to kind of skew the time that you're going to actually cook the eggs. We're going to use our phone. We've got a timer set for 7 minutes, and we're going to start right now. All right, guys, let's get started on the sausage. So what we're going to do is we're going to take parchment paper, doesn't matter what kind, lay that out, and then we're going to take the sausage out of the pack, and we're going to compress it onto the parchment paper about a 1/2 inch, 3/8 1/2 inch thick. What that's going to do is allow us to have basically a thin sheet of sausage that we'll put the egg into once the egg's boiled. Then we'll wrap the sausage around that to make our actual Scotch egg. All right, take our meat, we're going to put it down, we're going to flatten it out. And again, this doesn't, you don't have to get out a tape measure and measure it, but we do want to get it relatively close. Some of this meat too, here's a good little note. Some of this meat is still frozen a little bit, so we want to make sure that we actually get it thawed out very well. That way it'll adhere to the egg properly. So that's good. We can probably do 2 eggs out of that. That's about 12 by 12. And so once we get the eggs ready, we'll kind of cut this in half, put the egg in the center, roll it up, and make a ball for our Scotch egg. All right, guys, getting close. This is actually time specific, so we're at like 2 minutes right now. We do want to be really cognizant of this. If you go like 30, 45 seconds or a minute longer than what you're trying to do, you're really going to change the consistency. So you got a really small window of when you can get these eggs out. We're going to get them out and we're going to go straight to that ice bath, and that's going to stop them cooking. All right, guys, we're at about 20 seconds, so I'm going to start pulling them out. You got to factor in too, if you got 5 or 6 in there, it's going to take you whatever 30 seconds to pull them out. So just get started, around that time. All right, that was successful. I only broke 1 shell, which should be okay. So here's what we look like now. Basically just a ice bath for you guys that cold plunge. It's basically we're cold plunging an egg. We're gonna let that sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll actually get the shells off the eggs and get them prepped for the meat. All right, we got our eggs done. We're gonna set our meat aside for now. It's a good way to just prep it and get it ready. Set that over there, and we're gonna start taking the shells off our eggs. Really easy process. Take it, just kind of bump it up and down on your counter, on your cooktop. And then once you do that, then you can just start peeling them off. Make sure to get all the shells, and we're gonna run them under water after we get done. The last thing you want is to serve these to your friends and you feel like a baller because you just made this awesome meal out of wild hog. And then they crunch down on an eggshell. All right, when you get done shelling it, you can actually feel it. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but there's elasticity in the actual egg itself rather than being hard. So this is a soft boiled egg instead of a hard boiled egg. So we're gonna take it, wash it off a little bit. That one's good to go. Do y'all use your dish disposal for everything? Like I would put down like trash down my dish disposal. My wife wouldn't fuss at me about it. All right, so we got our eggs done. We're going to prep everything now. So I said earlier that we could probably get 2 pieces out of this. I'm actually gonna cut it in 4ths because with this, if you need to, you can always just add more sausage if need be. The only reason I patted it out is just to make it a little bit easier to actually manipulate that sausage around the eggs. So use your parchment paper, kind of lift up on it, get your wad of sausage, and then you're just going to kind of pat it around like so. So it looks like we are going to need more than 1 section of this. Like that. And now we're just going to make a ball. It's really easy. This is like one of the easiest recipes to make it look like you did something super impressive in the kitchen, when at the end of the day, all you did was really just you wrapped an egg with sausage. All right, guys, we got 2 of them made, so now we're going to do our breader. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put our spices in the flour. We've got some basically just salt, pepper, some cayenne, and some garlic salt. Just going to give it a little bit of flavor. Can we edit that out? I don't know. All right, we're just going to mix up our spices here a little bit in the flour. And you can, I mean, sausage is so spicy anyways. It has so much flavor with the sage. This is breakfast sausage, I should say. So much flavor with the sage and pepper and stuff in it. You don't have to do this. It just gives it a little bit more added flavor. So we're going to do that. Then we're going to take our Scotch egg. Make sure that your form's good. And real easy, we're just going to drop it in, roll it around the flour, get a good light coating on it. And that's all you got to do. Get off the majority of the flour. Then we're going to go with our egg wash. So just put it in the egg wash, roll it around a little bit. And this is a super messy way to do things, but it's really good. Egg wash straight in the breadcrumbs, cover that, get a good coating, flip it around a little bit. Try not to make a big mess so your wife doesn't fuss at you. And that's it. There's our Scotch egg. The only thing left to do now is just cook it. All right, guys, we got our Scotch eggs prepped and ready to go. Just waiting on the grease to heat up. While we're waiting, we're going to make an Alabama white sauce, or like a variation of Alabama white sauce. This is just a mayonnaise-based white sauce, probably originated in Alabama, I assume. It's really good on these. It's good on anything meat-oriented, sausage, pork, whatever. The base is mayonnaise. This is Duke's. Here in the South, if you don't use Duke's, you'll probably get kicked out of your family. We're going to use some hot sauce, which is Crystal, which is my favorite. Some vinegar, some Worcestershire, woo-woo, whatever you want to call it. And then the star of the show is smoked paprika. Gives a really good bold flavor to the sauce. Salt and pepper and a little bit of lemon juice. So I don't measure anything. We're just going to put it in there and taste it as we go until we get the product that we want to have at the end. All right, let's try this. All right, guys, we'll just stir everything up. Let's try it out. It's good. It's really good. See, the coloration got a little bit darker than I usually would, but that's because I went overboard with the hot sauce. But it's really good. It's tangy. The smoked paprika tastes really good in it. And then you get a hint of that lemon juice at the end. So it's going to be really good. Serve this on barbecue, anything pork related, basically. The oven here, or excuse me, at the stovetop, I've got our oil in here, just regular old canola oil, vegetable, whatever you want to use. Want to get it to about 325, 350. We're good right there. We're about 350. We're going to drop this in cold, so it's going to bring down the temperature a little bit as it goes, and we'll bring the temperature back up. So just take them and put them in. As they've been sitting here, they've kind of lost a little bit of their circular shape, but that's okay. It actually makes them sit better on the plate whenever you serve them. Perfect. All right, we're just going to do 2 at a time because I don't want the temperature of that oil to come down too quickly. Then also, since you got to keep in mind, we just added a bunch of cold stuff into this hot oil. So we're going to crank up the oil for a few minutes to kind of compensate for the decrease of the temperature that we put in there with the Scotch eggs. All right, everything's good. It looks really well. The grease went down, let's see, down about 330, 340, which is fine. That's why we start kind of high and let it come back down. We're going to cook these for about 4, 5, 6 minutes. These are on the smaller side. I didn't make them very symmetrical, so these are on the smaller side, so about 5 minutes. Let's get a few of these bad boys out and see how they look. Oh yeah, nice golden brown. All right, guys, here's the finished product. Look at this. Looks good. Crispy, golden, fried. It's gonna be awesome. Here's what the final looks gonna look like. So nice and juicy, good cream yolk. That's the difference in the yolk. So that's a soft-boiled egg at like 7 minutes or so compared to an actual hard-boiled egg. And trust me, this flavor profile is so much better. Let's cut in this bad boy. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks awesome. Wild Hog Scotch Egg with an Alabama white sauce. Let's try it out. Get a little bit of egg in there. A little bit of hot sauce. Yeah, it's super good. The egg yolk's creamy. The crunch on the outside of the Scotch egg is good. It's awesome. It's really, really good. It's kind of crazy that we took a wild hog from Brunswick County and turned it into this. Not quite at the cooking channel level yet, but I promise this is really good. All right, thanks guys.